All right. Hey, everybody. RV enthusiasts here. Nice seeing you again. My name is Bruce. Welcome back to the channel. And let's get started on an unboxing, assembly, and look at a bike that has just came in. Now, the manufacturer has given me a bike before, and I really like the bike. The bike got a lot of looks, and they sent me another to kind of do a similar video of it. So let's get started on it. This is the RetroVolt. It is a moped style bike. The great thing about this bike is Jasion makes pretty much entry-level bikes. That's not a bad thing, but what it really does for you is it gives you great pricing. The price of this bike is under $800, has 1,200 watt rear motor, and has 29 miles of speed. So let's get started unboxing it. All right, if you go back and look at the other video from Jasion that I did, one thing I said that they needed to do, the bike came opened and there was no straps on it. So since then they put straps on it. That was a request I had as well. And it's stapled nicely on top. The other bike was not. Opens up nicely. And here we go. First thing right on top, tools. I believe this is probably the charger, and we'll set that aside. All right, we'll take the packing out. This bike has some really nice features. I kind of looked at it online on their website just before I accepted it, and it's really pretty nice. I told them to surprise me with the color. They came in 3 colors. I said surprise me. So I don't have a clue other than the box does say it's red, but I think red is a little bit of something different than the true color of the bike. All right, I think I have all the packing that needs to be out in order for me to lift it out of the box. Now, this comes as 101 pounds. Let's see what it says. Yeah, 101 pounds, but 81.5 pounds on the bike. So a few things on the bike I'll tell you as soon as I get it out. Move the box forward. Continue to pull the bike out until it's fully out. All right, with the bike out of the box, this tail end, without the tire on it, it sits up a little higher than I thought it was going to be. Very nice. That's good for a bigger person. Being that it's a moped-style bike, typically I say they're for the younger generation. And that's exactly what I assumed I was going to say on this bike. So at this point, I have not changed my opinion on it. But, hey, they need to ride bikes too. And the cooler they look for the younger generation, the better. Now, to me, pretty cool looking so far. 800 bucks. This is under $800. Let's just rip this now. Heck. There we go. So, initially I said, send me a blue one. And then I said, you know what? Don't send me a blue one. Surprise me. So they sent me a black one. The box says red, but I think that's the fire red stuff here. So very cool. Very nice bike. Now, something that's different than most of these bikes coming out of China is, let me show you. This is a carbon steel frame. It's not an aluminum frame. That makes the bike a little heavier. But for this style of bike, I think it's perfectly okay. So let's continue with the unboxing. They did a nice job using tape in most places where they could. Yeah, that's a big motor, guys. That is a thick, big motor. When I'm all done, I'll read some of the specs to you as well. The specs on this bike, you won't believe how good they are for the price of this $800 bike. Now, for $800, there's going to be some things that are obviously at the entry level. The Shimano shifter, I'm sure, is going to be, well, you can see up there, that's the gray shifter. Not my favorite shifter in the world, but it's standard on 99% of the bikes, 95 for sure. Very few don't have a better shifter than that. But I'm sure it's a tourney derailleur rather than going up a stage. You know, they try to save money where they can, and that would be a place where you could save money. Anyway, we've got it all unboxed. Now we'll turn to a little bit of the assembly. So it still has the shipping plate on it, which is a good thing. Once we get the wheel on it, it'll probably start tipping the bike over to where it can stand on the kickstand by itself. The kickstand is an adjustable kickstand, so we could make it adjusted and get it tipped already. But let's just get the wheel on it because I don't want to do that and then have to re-tip it. Yeah, she's pretty. All right, I think I'm going to put the wheel on it first before I put these handlebars on it. I like the handlebars. Handlebars are very nice, upright handlebars, so they'll sit up a little bit. All right, let's take the tools out of the box, and then we will put the front tire on, using the tire just to hold it up while I get the tools out of the box. All right, here's the box. Here's the control, the battery charger. Open this up. Labeled JasionBike across the bottom. And it is, I assume it's a 2 amp. It is a 2 amp controller, 54.7 volts, so that's a 48 volt charger. Here's your tools. Here's your pedals. Now the box is empty. All right, so now we come back to the bike. I may as well take the pedals out of their plastic. We have a left pedal and a right pedal. Right pedal goes on the right, left pedal will go on the left. Let's just get those started because it's simple. So the left one will go on counterclockwise and the right one will go on clockwise. And then once we get them tight, we will move on. All right, they're started. So when you get your bike, the 2 things they don't send you, one is a box cutter. So you got to get your own box cutter you got to get your own box cutter. Got to get your own box cutter to cut the box open. And then they don't send you a nice pair of pliers to snip those ties off. But other than that, but no one does. No manufacturer does. So it's industry standard. They don't send you those too. Yeah, it's a pretty bike. And for $800, suspension in the back, so it's a soft tail. Very nice. Okay, that's tight. Chain is on. Looks like I forgot to take a piece off. There we go. All right. So far, so good. Also, I didn't notice this, but look at there. We got pedals or foot pegs for the back rider. If you're riding two people or you get the second seat, pegs for the back person. And we are going to put the front tire on. Okay, so the first thing we got to do is loosen this stand. All right, after we remove the stand, we're going to bring the tire up front. And these are definitely mechanical brakes, so there should be no spacer between the calipers. So we'll take this, scoot it off or out. I'm going to take them out because it's easier to put the tire on through the calipers with this being off. Very simple. Unscrew it. Watch your order. The next is a washer. Then the next is the lock-in washer. And then we're just going to lift this up. And we're going to slide this on. There we go. It's in space. And as I told you, the bike will naturally lean back towards me after we do that. All right, so now we got to put these back on in the order that we took them off. So the first is the locking washer. So we take this and we put it on. And there's a hole at the top. You just make sure that space here. Let's show you over here. First thing we do is we put this lock washer on. And this lock washer goes on, slides into that space right there. Then we put the washer on, and it came with the gridded or locking piece out. And then you put the bolt back on. Very easy. Now we'll do the other side. We'll show you that just as well. Okay. So again, the locking washer. Set it in the hole. Then we take the other washer, grid side out, or gnarls. I call them gnarls typically, and then we put the bolt on. Now we can tighten that down. I typically take it off the stand and hold it up. Now we'll tighten this side. All right, now the tire's on. All right, so that worked out very nicely. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to work on putting these handlebars on. We want the handlebars on, and then we can work on other things. But that'll get the handlebars out of the way. And if we get that up and out of the way, it'll also protect our display. I took the shipping foam off the display. I probably, and you probably should, leave it on until you put the handlebars on. So in the bag, there's 2 of these nut covers. They go on the front, like here. And then on this side as well. All right, now we take one of the provided Allen wrenches. It's the middle size Allen wrench. And we take this spacer here out. This is just a shipping spacer. So we unscrew this, take the shipping spacer, no longer needed. Recycle it. I recycle all my stuff that can be recycled in Oregon. And that can be recycled in Oregon. All right, so now we'll take the handlebars and we'll put this on just like so. I'm going to tip the handlebars over. I'm going to bring you around like so. And now this goes back on. So all we've done is used. Now, I'm going to set it as close as I can to correct. And then I could use these to make minor adjustments rather than here, or I can make this adjustment as well. It doesn't really matter. All right, so there we go. Let me get that a little tighter. Okay. Now we're going to take the smaller wrench that they provided, and I'm just going to make sure to tighten this stuff up. If you don't tighten this, you won't have control of steering. I can tell you she's beautiful. I'll tell you something else. I'm going to look at this camera straight up here. I've gotten a lot of bikes over the years from different manufacturers, Jasion being one, many others. And the prices have come down on a lot of them. This is an exceptional price. I'll give you one of the little toys I'll tell you about. Samsung UL approved battery. That's an improvement over 3 years ago or 4 years ago. Now they're using higher end batteries, and that's a good thing. And these batteries, I think, are the 21700s. They're bigger batteries. They hold more juice per battery, so the output on them is a little better than the 18700s, I think, or 18. I think they're 700s. I don't remember, but this is a better battery. And the fact that they're getting the UL approved stamp, that's a good thing, guys. All right, so now I'm just gonna set these up where I think that's probably a little close for me, but I think that's where I'm going to set it to initially start. And then I will change that as I ride. All right. Yeah, you'd never get a color screen on a bike at $800 in the past. Never would you get that. Now $800 gets you a color screen, 1200 watt motor, 29 mile an hour bike. That's a lot. That's a lot right there. The thing I think Jasion could do would be put hydraulic brakes on them. upcharge maybe $150 or $200 more for the Pro model. And that's really almost it. Maybe that, and give you maybe a 20 amp battery and call it a Pro model, and then raise the price a little more for a Pro version of the bike that this is. And then they can, then they'll be out of the entry level though, and more into the intermediate level. But that's what I was going to tell you. I've had a lot of bikes over the years, and they've just gotten better and better as price has gone down. So pretty amazing to me. All right. So now we're going to move this light where I can put it on the front fender as I put the front fender on. So now it's time to put the front fender on. Then we charge the battery, and then we ride the bike. You'll also find a little black cap. Don't throw it away. That black cap, let me show you where it goes. This little black cap goes right in this little hole right here. Just a beauty cap. Doesn't change anything. Doesn't make it a better ride, but it makes it prettier right there. All right. Now we'll take the screw and the washer off, or the bolt in the washer. We'll put this through. No, actually, let's do it this way. We'll go into the light. We'll go through the fender. Now we'll start putting this on. So, that's a big one. No, it's not. That's a medium one. So we'll take this, put it there. Hold the bolt or the nut, and then we'll drive this on. It's a long bolt for this. Could be a 1/4 inch shorter, maybe 3/8 of an inch shorter, but that's all right. A little bit more to go. Okay, we're getting tighter. Now we'll just rotate this up. 4 LED beam. And now we'll tighten the back. Instead of twisting the front, we'll tighten from the back. That'll keep the light straight. There we go. Now we'll put the stays on. And I think once we put the stays on, the bike will be built. And I'm building this with all the tools they gave me. I'm not using my T-handle Allen set. I'm using what they gave me. These are pretty nice, actually. Better than most, I'll say that. I think I want to do it there. Yeah. Better than most. Yeah, the other bike I built for Jasion was the X Hunter. Man, that was a beautiful bike. Yeah, the X Hunter was a beautiful, beautiful bike. And I'll give you a little hint while I'm doing this and you're seeing it. Jasion didn't give me any instructions on what I got to say to you. They probably would not use the video if I criticized it hard, but I'm going to tell you the truth. What I think so far, this is a nice bike. And I think when we're done with it, if nothing goes wrong, it's a bike for a lot of people. Budget-minded people, man, if you're on a budget, and certainly if you're like an older person and you're 18-year-old saying, gosh, Mom, I need a bike for college. I need a bike to ride to and from or whatever. There we go. This is on. This is a nice, nice bike. And I'm going to put the tools down there. We'll pull this up, and we're going to take the film off the light. And there's other films to take off. I just want to show you some things. One, here's the Jason logo. They did a nice job putting this on. There is a switch over here. So I'm going to hit that switch up. And now it should turn on. And it does. So with the switch on, woo, she's almost fully charged too. But I'm gonna put it on the charger just to make sure. That is a beautifully brilliant, bright display. Now I am about 5'10", 5'10 and a half. We do need to put air in the tires. This is my second moped. My first moped was for a smaller person. This moped is for a good-sized person. I know it says it can handle 300 and some odd. Oh, see, we got juice. 300 and some odd pounds, 330, I think. But it feels proper. It feels like a proper small motorcycle, and that's a good thing. So, yeah, she wants to go. Look at that. Yeah, she wants to go. All right, let's charge it up 100%, and then we'll go. So I'm going to take it over there and charge it. Now, while I charge it, I'm also going to fill the tires. I'll check the tire pressure. We'll put we'll put air in the tires, and then we'll give it a spin. I'm telling you, I'm more excited about this bike than I have been for a bike for myself. You know, I do reviews on a lot of bikes. I didn't anticipate this as a keeper bike for me. I did anticipate keeping it in the arsenal for my children. So my children are 35 and 36, and they're better halves. But it fits me well enough. I'm keeping it for me. I've never had one come in that was fully charged. This bike is basically fully charged.